My husband's co-worker's wife turned out to be my cheating ex's mistress. She begged me to stay silent when our husbands became friends, but I was tired of keeping the peace, so I told the truth, and now her husband is leaving her. 12 years ago, I, 36F, was engaged and about to marry Carl, fake name. Everything in my life seemed perfect until I found out my fiancé was having an affair with a new hire at his job, Camilla, 20SF. Both of them were in serious relationships. I broke off the engagement with Carl as soon as I found out and informed Camilla's boyfriend about the cheating. It was hard for me, but I moved on after months of therapy and the support of my friends and family. Now, I am married to Henry, 41M, my amazing husband and the father of our 4 children, 9F, 7M and twins, 4M and 4F. I moved to the other side of the country years ago and never thought about my ex-fiancé or the cheating again. My husband works at a law firm. Last year, they hired a new lawyer, Daniel, 34M, who moved to our area with his family. He and my husband became very good friends, as they have similar interests and personalities. Henry asked me to invite Daniel's family to our house to help them adjust to the new city and job. When Daniel came to my house for a playdate for our kids, his kids are 4M and 2F, he introduced us to his wife, Cam, 30SF. Cam turned out to be Camilla. I didn't know how to react when I recognized her, and I had the impression she recognized me too. Our husbands didn't understand why everything seemed so tense. We both pretended not to know each other and made failed attempts at small talk. After an hour, Camilla made up an excuse, and her family left. Henry noticed my behavior and asked me what was happening. I told him everything. He already knew about my past with Carl and the affair. Later that day, I received a text from Camilla begging me not to tell Daniel about our past. I read the message but didn't reply. I decided to stay out of it. This was no longer my problem. After a week of silence, Daniel showed up at our doorstep looking very agitated. He talked to my husband alone, and afterward, Henry asked me to tell Daniel my version of events. Like my husband, Daniel had realized something strange had happened during our meeting and had spent the week trying to get answers from his wife. She refused to tell him what had happened and then claimed I had been her ex-boyfriend's side chick, which was why things were so tense. Daniel didn't believe her story, and they had a massive fight. After the fight, he realized I was the one who could tell him the truth. When he asked, I told him everything. I even showed him the text message Camilla had sent me. I didn't feel the need to sugarcoat things, especially since Camilla had been lying about me. Daniel was in complete shock because cheating is a major trigger for him. His father cheated on his mother for years and left their family for his mistress, which made Daniel despise cheaters. Camilla had known about this since their first date. Daniel left our house looking defeated. Later that same day, I received a call from Camilla accusing me of being a revengeful jerk. She said I was trying to destroy her life. I don't think I was wrong for telling the truth, but this happened last year, and I still receive calls and random messages from people close to Camilla accusing me of being in the wrong for exposing her past to her husband. Am I the bad guy? Relevant comments. Commenter 1, NTA. You told the truth after she told lies. Did she expect you to go along with what she said so you could be the bad guy as long as your husband and Daniel are workmates? OP, I don't know what she was thinking. I have no reason to lie to cover for her. Commenter 2, NTA. You are the hero of this story. Actions have consequences. You did nothing wrong and merely stated the facts and truth about what happened between Camilla and your ex-fiancé. It would have been wrong for you to lie to Daniel. He deserved to know the truth so he could make an informed decision. If it were you, I'm sure you would have wanted the same consideration. Text Camilla, sorry to hear about you and Daniel, but hey, maybe you and Carl can get something going again. OP, funny thing is that after our engagement broke off, she did try to date Carl, and he kicked her to the curb. I heard this from mutual friends. Commenter 3, the affair relationship never stands on its own legs once it comes to light. It's much easier and more exciting to sneak around than to deal with the grind of a normal adult relationship. Bad, and Carl probably just wanted the physical part and nothing to do with her as a person, lol. OP, yeah, I'm sure Carl and Camilla didn't have much to do with each other after they stopped leeching off their loving partners. Camilla's ex was a great guy. Commenter 4, NTA. You literally tried to help her by not revealing her secret. That's kinder than most people, because I know I would have told her the second I saw her face in my house, you're not welcome here. But she had the chance to be honest with her husband multiple times, on the first date when he revealed his feelings about cheating, when he first asked her about the tension, and after that. But she still kept lying, which means she hasn't grown or improved since she was the mistress of your ex-fiancé. She's literally still trash. I just hope Daniel is doing okay. OP, I would never make a scene at my house, especially because, deep down, I'm very relieved I didn't marry Carl. I'm happy with Henry and our children. Camilla is just a memory from the past. Seeing her having marriage problems isn't something I like. Update, the next day. I don't believe cheaters deserve to be punished forever. While I would probably never want to be close friends with Camilla, after the initial shock, I would have no issue being civil with her. I don't think she deserves to live through hell because of what she did years ago. I also don't believe she was the worst person in this situation. Carl definitely was. He was the one who was about to marry me, but she was a willing participant in the affair. She knew me from their office, and everyone there knew Carl was living with me and that we were engaged. Also, Camilla got my number from Daniel's phone. I have a pretty uncommon last name, and my first name isn't popular either. Daniel got my number from me. Henry had given me Daniel's contact information to set up a dinner to introduce our families. I texted Daniel directly, and we had already met a few times, at the office and at my house when he came by with Henry. Daniel texted me back about arranging plans for the kids' playdate, and that was it. My husband didn't give Camilla my number. At the time this happened, Henry had only seen Camilla once, at the office with Daniel. The fact that Camilla had access to her husband's phone isn't strange to me, her actions were. On to the update. Daniel and Camilla are not divorced. After leaving our house, Daniel stayed at a hotel for a while. Then he returned home, and they started attending couples therapy. The harassment through calls and texts lasted over a month. Henry was about to send a cease and desist letter when he decided to talk to Daniel about it. Daniel handled it. What I know, through Henry, is that most of Camilla's flying monkeys didn't know the full story. Once Daniel set the record straight, they stopped. Camilla emailed me months later, apologizing. I accepted her apology, but we are not close, and I didn't feel her words were genuine. Most likely, she was trying to save her marriage. Speaking of their marriage, Daniel and I talked a few months later at a party at my house. I told him I felt terrible for my role in their marital problems, but he reassured me. Daniel said they were already having issues before we met. Apparently, Camilla wasn't happy about moving here and leaving her family behind on the other side of the country. They were also having financial problems. Since their old state has a higher cost of living and Camilla stopped working after she got pregnant with their second child, they had less money. Cutting costs in their lifestyle was causing tension. The move to our state made sense because it offered Daniel a better position with a good raise. I don't know much else, but recently, Henry told me Daniel has been depressed after a big fight with Camilla about Thanksgiving. Camilla wanted to travel to their old state to visit her family, while Daniel wanted to visit his mother, who lives closer. Everyone at the office knows about their fight, as Daniel asked to stay at a coworker's place. Daniel told Henry directly that he plans to start divorce proceedings. During their last fight, Camilla threatened to take the kids and move back closer to her parents. Daniel is adamant that she will not get full custody of the children. That's basically all I know. I don't know if Daniel will follow through with the divorce. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, wow, that took a turn, but I'm glad you're doing better. I did a spit take at the flying monkeys comment. Thankfully, I was drinking water at the time, or that could have ended badly. Camilla sounds like a trip. I'd normally comment further, but I'm going to pass this time, as you're doing well and seem to be in a good space, I hope. Her talking about taking the kids and moving back to her parents, plus their fights about finances, are definitely not good signs for their family. OP, yeah, I've come to the conclusion that they are dealing with much bigger issues than our shared past. Commenter 2, I'm glad Daniel is logical and didn't blame you. You basically had no choice but to tell him. I'm sure Henry would have if you hadn't. I still can't believe that all these years later, she ended up walking through your door. OP, Daniel has proven to be a decent and good man. I don't know if my husband would have told him, but I'm certain we wouldn't have let her lie about me being a side chick slide.